Start பண்ணிடுவோம். Intro.
I'll do this.
Okay, sir. Good evening, one and all. Welcome to the Mental Health Webinar Series 2020 and 2021. Today, with your all the support, the experts and participants, we reached 499 session. One more session to be reached 500 with all your great support. The participant, all the experts who are traveling from last year, to all the kind support, we are almost reached the big milestone. Today we are going to see the topic Mindset Miracles by the resource person Dr. Subhasri Vanamali. I would like to invite Dr. Suresh Kumar sir to give the introduction about Dr. Subhasri ma'am. Sir, what do you?
Yeah, thank you, sir. Good evening to all, and happy to introduce the speaker of today. Dr. Subhasri Vanamali is a renowned psychologist from Tamil Nadu. As a trainer, as a career counselor, as a psychologist, she has done many training programs on various topics, including our webinar series. I think I can say that the first program was done by Dr. Subhasri Vanamali. And whenever whoever asks them how you reach 500, it is because the seeds owned by Dr. Subhasri Vanamali. Thank you so much, ma'am. At present, she is the head of the Department of Psychology at Madras School of Social Work, and she is the current president of Tamil Nadu Career Counselors Association, and she has also participated in different associations like American Psychological Association, Tamil Nadu Counselors and Psychotherapist Association, and we can name it. There are a number of programs. In addition to that, for her credit, she has more than 30 publications in reputed journals and training programs. More than 200. It's not a single number. 200 programs at national level, and almost all part of India who got benefited from Dr. Subhasri Vanamali. We are having such a resourceful and what I can say that the person who can give right information in a simplest manner. And she talks continuously what we need. We are happy to have you here, ma'am. Over to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the kind words of introduction. And let me also earn the right for it. Hope my slide is visible, Salim.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, it's visible.
Fine. Okay. I'm going to talk about the mindset, which is a new psychology perspective. It's based on a book called A Growth Mindset. And this not just that, and I'm going to give you a lot of psychological facts related to that. I'm connecting the COVID scenario and the mindset miracles so that people get boosted up and get energized, and also people are aware of how much they can actually do miracles, even though there is a lot of calamities happening around. And we are actually foreheading, we are expecting the third wave now. We started when COVID was announced, when it was being lockdown announced, first time in lifetime for at least 2-3 generations we have not experienced. So when lockdown announced, Suresh all of the sudden called that can we have a program, and we started on April 14th of 2020. We have completed 1 year, and now we are going to complete 500 sessions tomorrow. It's all because of the wonderful team and as well as the beautiful participants who are traveling with us. People who are experts are willing to join us and give their best and spread awareness. This mental health awareness, we thought that we should have a lot of opportunities to spread positivity. So that's the reason we are choosing topics related to that. So with this note, I would like to dedicate the session to Dr. Suresh Kumar and the entire core team who have been working for this mental health webinar tirelessly for the past, more than a year we have been working. And I should say that there are a number of people whom I cannot mention all the names have been traveling with us throughout this. So I simply dedicate as a gesture of an gratitude for all of you. Thank you so much. So we all know this, the current scenario is really a challenge for all of us. it is in health wise and also mental health wise and well-being wise, and all are thinking about this all the time. Health is directly hit for people because it is not so safe, and it is not the way you have to really be living the way you have been living so far. And it is very difficult to carry a mask all the time on your mouth and addressing people, and it is very difficult for people to go with a lot of cautions and precautions and other things. There is no other go. We have to go because of the health is the priority. And if you really look into the mental health, it is really, a lot of challenges have been for the mental health, because we are addressing for the past 1.5 years. It's going to be nearly 2 years that people are finding it very difficult to adjust this scenario of being at home, working at home, and n number of kids have been spoiled because of the long time screen addiction and other aspects. It's very difficult to manage the children throughout the day, and it is really difficult for all of us to manage this particular scenario because of our mental health has really been questioned. And I should say that anxiety, depression, and also the fear, all these have been raised because of this. And well-being, one of the very important component we all have been talking for the past 2 years is well-being. Taking care of your holistic well-being, taking care of your health, and also the mental health, and also the all other aspects of your well-being is very important. What is well-being and the talk, and also in India, a lot of psychologists have actually taken a role and started spreading awareness is only due to this COVID, I should say, because there is a lot of forums are running webinars, and I'm happy that we are the pioneers in running webinar. That is one happiness we all can share with you with our pride because of our team. And then the future, everybody is having a question mark about the future. You and me and everybody is having a future. Is that where life is going to be like this henceforth? Is it going to be threatful? And think about the children, think about the adult, and everybody in that case whom have been as affected because of this. The entire lifespan, if you check, children, adolescent, youngsters, adults, and elderly, all are affected. Elderly all the time, already they are feeling lonely. Now it is they're finding it very, very uncomfortable with that locked sense of being it's an house arrest kind of an scenario for them, because they are very prone and also vulnerable for this infection. They have been kept very cautiously at home. They are not even having a little leisure time or a recreation for themselves, going to a temple or visiting friends' house or going for a park for a walk. All that they miss out. And when it comes to adults, it's a question of economical problems also. It is also how I'm going to manage my the economical crisis, how I'm going to be handling this scenario. And if it is a business, how I'm going to handle. If it is going to be something on the work line, how I'm going to handle. All that is running there. Youngsters, they are missing majorly their college life, campus life, their friendship, and everything they are curtailed. Their entire world is going out and enjoying themselves in the in the campus, but they are missing out that campus. And adolescent children who really wanted to experiment and also wanted to have the adrenaline rush to be satisfied by engaging themselves in play and games, and also with a lot of people around, having a peer support, all that they are missing out. Children, they cannot go out when they have to really be in a move and play. This is really an havoc situation for all of us. We have to really understand this scenario, which was never been experienced at least 2-3 generations before. And personally, physically, we have been hampered because a lot of people are getting back pain, lower back pain, cervical spondylitis because of this online thing. And also people have a lot of issues because less movements, physical injury. And I could see that a lot of people are approaching to doctors only for the purpose of they're not physically feeling enthusiastic or energetic. A lot of people go and approach doctor. And then cognitive, if you see the cognitive things, a lot of confusions and lot of memory loss. Small aspects, we can say that the days, and also the the timing, all that have been messed up. In fact, for me also, I find it very difficult without a diary or in calendar side by. I cannot actually immediately think of what is the date, even though the computer will have a date. I miss out, I get guessing because of this, the regular routine is being hampered. And then if you see that the emotional thing, this in all the time you are at home and you are finding it very difficult to manage yourself within the four walls all the time. That is one of the aspect we need to really think of. And then social, we don't go out for any of our recreation. Social gatherings are totally avoided, and it is also not safe. One thing is, you all are aware of that, we enjoy being, socially gathered, we enjoy being with friends, we enjoy being with families, and we enjoy being outing with some kind of a recreation, which is missing totally, zero actually. And with moral, if you really see this, all this happening, if you connect it, there are a lot of incidents happening here and there with a lot of difficulties people are facing. They are finding it very difficult to adjust their everyday life. So there are a lot of issues with related to, and kind of an abuse case are coming. In case of an emotional outburst is coming. In case of the children have been threatened, and their children have been given a lot of homeworks, and there is a lot of things that are coming. Compliance are coming here and there. It is very difficult to manage as well. And professional life, if we really see, business in all levels have been hampered. All levels have been. If it is more than crore investment, they have fallen just, just like there is a great fall. And if it is going to be an everyday affair also, for example, everyday wages are also getting affected. The livelihood has been challenged like anything. And then economic crisis all over the world. And when it comes to India, it is in a kind of an flow, and the chart was going here and there. The GDP has come down a lot in economical, wise, if you think of India. And financial setback for every family, if you really look into only the buffer amounts have been helping people. Some of them lost their job. Some of them had an, lot of threat for the job. And also there is something called an, cut short in the salary. People have been receiving only half a salary, and some of them have not even having a salary at all. Financial crisis for individual level is nothing, it's nothing unimaginable kind of a situation has been thrown. And emergency, of course, we don't have an emergency fund. Sometimes we have used the funds under loan and EMI payments and other aspects. What next? If you really think from professional life, we have been totally engaged with a lot of anxiety. What is next? What I'm going to do? So these are the aspects are actually threatening in front of us. This is the scenario continuing, but we got used to this and we are finding ways for our own self. So the third wave is now approaching. You all know that the third wave is going to be really threatening. It seems it has been projected that the population of this, if we don't take precautionary measures, if we don't prevent this, and if we don't be careful on our protocols, and also with all the other aspects which has to be followed, it is very difficult. And vaccination is must. Vaccination really save all of us. So people have to be aware of. So we really take a pledge through this mental health webinar that all of us go and approach the health centers and get vaccinated. It's very essential for all of us to save your life and general, and also save your the near and dear one's life. Please be aware of this. So with this note, I am going, I have also prepared the ground for why there is a requirement of a mindset for all of us. So we are moving on. That I have been talking so much ill about what is going on right now, the the total scenario, and it is really difficult for all of us, and everybody is going through such a kind of a scenario. One or the other way we are affected because of this COVID. It may be physical, or it may be mental health, or it may be professional, it may be economical, or it may be challenges of overload of working, and something or the other we have been challenged. But I have been saying all this throughout is that this is the scenario throughout the world. Is it that it has never happened in the history? I'm going to give you a very, very interesting fact. Look at this picture. Tell me who all are these people. Can you guess? Any one of you? Yes. One picture at least. Madam Curie. Madam Curie. Okay. Isaac Newton is there. Thomas Nicky is there. Nishi is there. You could get it. Shakespeare is there. Okay, all these are Peter England, so you couldn't get it. Okay, all from foreign, but they all are being, Edward Munch is there, and all these people are exemplary work for their, contribution to the science or the art, or they have done a remarkable contribution. Do you know what is it? They have been in the quarantine time when they all achieved this. This is something called, your doors are not shut actually. These people know Shakespeare's written his first important play at the first time when he was experiencing quarantine, when the Great Plague hit. When the Great Plague hit, the Isaac Newton was been in the house. He is in the farmhouse. He has been, kind of house arrest. He was doing all his, working very, very, important assignments. What he has been looking for so long. There is no free time for him. He was working on. There was a hole in the, door, which was actually emitting the sunlight through that. He was playing with the prism, and you all know that the 7 WebGR color, which we have been finding out for the, the prism, and which is, secreting the shades of color. It is not white. The light is having 7 colors, has been invented during the quarantine time. I was really thrilled to read the history that when quarantine was hitting so bad and everybody is sleeping or everybody is wallowing their time, everybody is feeling unproductive. What is these great guys were doing? All of them have utilized their best to showcase their creativity. All of them done their remarkable work, which they have been awarded globally, nobly. So these people, Thomas, Nishi has done a remarkable work in art and culture. It's really very interesting if you really go through the history and how they have achieved. People have done miracles during this period. And this is something called design thinking. If there is something is happening, there is a failure or there is a kind of an, constraint for you. And in the constraint, how best you can actually come out with a lot of, challenges and a lot of courage. That is what is design thinking. Out of box thinking, that is creativity, innovation, all that comes in. This quarantine is not a curse, it is also a bliss for so many people who have been in the history. So to note this in a simple things, what our people have achieved, I wanted to tell you. There were people, all of you have been sitting and worrying about nothing. There are people who have found and small devices. Look at this. All these are their innovations. A simple dustbin lever operation has created a dispenser, without touching, you can operate the dispenser. The dispenser is something for your sanitizing, which is being kept in all the offices, all the public malls now. And just think about the design thinker behind it. And also people without touching, people without social proximation, how you best you can utilize. And there is a small key knob which can operate your doors and lift, and which can open the knobs, which they have come out. And you can actually locate the area where the apps have been used. If there is COVID cases more, it will indicate to you by a red signal, and you will become a caution, you will become cautious that you shouldn't be, going nearby that place. And you can use mask in various aspects, and one person is creating an awareness how COVID is dangerous. Please wear a helmet, please wear a mask with like the COVID kind of an helmet. This is something miracle people have done during this period. They kept themselves idle. They have been working on what best they can do. Doctors started consultations through online. Doctor and the COVID patients have been served by robots without an approximation of human being. They have been served, and the webcam has been used to monitor the entire. The what is that called? The Chrome has been used for that. There are beautiful innovations have also taken place, isn't it? This is called something a design thinking. It is purely because of the mindset you all have. Look at the challenges around us this COVID has thrown. But it's that every door is shut for us? Nothing like that. There are a lot of opportunities that have been thrown for all of us. That is how you really relate to yourself, how you can deal with this with a lot of curiosity, a lot of enthusiasm. a lot of openness and a lot of adaptability for the change. That is really important. So if you are having that such a kind of a design thinking with a great growth mindset, you will optimize and you will think there is an opportunity like a small seed comes in the concrete crack, no? Like you have an optimization of your resources by utilizing that. So this is something we all have to learn. The growth mindset is very important. The author of this book is called Weak Growth Mindset for New Psychology. I will share the book also through Salim to all of you. Please read that. So I think the mindset is really matters for all of us to to face the challenges around us. I'm not stopping with this. I have a lot of people to share along with you. During this current COVID, there are n number of worldwide challenge people who have done their remarkable contribution achievements they have done during this COVID period. This girl, she is actually an Olympian, and she is Olympic rower. She got 2 gold medal and bronze, and also she says that her tagline for this COVID period is make the best use of your time. Every day she used to tell herself, what is the best use of my time today? She was investing time for her best. So I'm going to give you such a successful people's tagline, what they have used for this COVID scenario. They have approached this COVID with a very positive growth mindset. Look at the PTRAG, what he say, embrace restful free thinking. This is what he said. He's a Nobel Prize winner for the chemistry. And he says that when there is an urgent, there is a need, and when there is pressure and the timeline, you have to do with constraints. The innovations and other experiments are not easy within constraints. But now during this COVID period, embrace restful free thinking. He was able to do that. So there is a lot of positive things around us which we have to really think of. NASA astronaut and Charlie, he mentions about pivot the new phone of opportunities. He was actually doing an epic of program, and he during this COVID pandemic, he immediately think of why can't I do something related to using this as an opportunity for education. He started a new epic challenge. He started working on that is something called pandemic proof world. He was been running very successfully this particular program. He's from NASA. And President and Chief Executive from BSA, keep a sense of perspective, she says, her tagline. It's beautiful. She says that it is so optimistic if you start learning from every situation. Of course, this is a very greatest challenge for all of us. Just keep the sense of perspective. Change your perspective and keep, there are a lot of situations where the rank sisters are also being challenged. There were national disasters. There were so many challenges. Evolutionarily, we have been challenged with so many things. But our ancestors were able to, face all these challenges, and we are withholding with the human, humanity. So in that case, what motivates me is the keeping the perspective change. She says that I'm giving all these people are living right now with you. It is not from the whole history. It is from right now. What is the contemporaries are feeling? Wise hope and wise action is the author of Peak Performance. He is Brad. He talks about that, how you can actually talk to yourself. This is what happening right now here. I don't have a control over it, but I will do the best I can for what I can actually been prescribed for. I've been with a meaning or a purpose I have been living for. And Jean, I'm going to just scroll down, but the tagline alone, you catch it. Constraints breed innovations. This is the beautiful thing. The constraints which really we are facing, there are a number of people are actually looking for an opportunity out of it. I know one of the supplier of our own computer fellow, he started doing a lot of business. Now he is selling sanitizer. He is getting sanitizer in an industrial market, and he is selling it for the best of his price for his customers. The lateral thinking. He is a computer operator, software engineer. He is working on that. But whenever he goes to his client house, he says that this is the best sanitizer. You can use it for your home. I'm giving complimentary of 200 ml. Use it and tell me the the result of it. Then you can actually use it. It is actually something very organic in nature, he says. So people have been really thinking. So constraints breed innovations. And this person talks about, he's an astrophysicist. He talks about winds of positive change. The winds of positive change. If there is a problem, you can always think about what is the hope I have in my hand. What brings and winds of positive change faster in the world? For example, think about, there are a lot of people come out with their shell and help each other. Now with this COVID scenario, people started thinking of how human beings are precious. They started helping each other. They come out. There are a lot of philanthropists are funding each other. I know there is a lot of people come forward with their little money, little savings to help and educate a child and pay the fees of a children. And there are a lot of people come out for food donation during this COVID. That's a positive wave, isn't it? The positive change in the humanity. And reimagine the brainstorming session. This is a VP technology. She's a quantum technologist, CEO. She talks that if you have been, there is no dumb times you use and the office meetings, you don't have time for brainstorming. Now innovation have been flooded in her hand. She has so many ideas to really recapitalize and also do projects are in line, in queue, because of the beautiful brainstorms during this constraint. I'm not stopping. There are Indian people are also been achieved. The list goes on and on. The Indian achievers who got awards for their best contribution when it comes to an research, when it comes to an emergency purpose, when it comes to an healthcare heroes, when it comes to anything you call it, innovations also, they have been achieved and they have been recognized by Indian government. I am giving you the list. I'm going to share you this particular PPT. You can go through in detail. So with this, that I'm just saying that there is no constraint for achievements if you really embrace growth mindset. With this note, I'm entering into what is mindset all about. Okay. So the mindset is about, Paul Dweck says that the assumption and the method, the notions, how people, the group of people, how they think, how they were able to process their cognitive ability, how they have been anticipate something which is going to happen good, which is going to happen nice, which is going to be always good. It is not something you are, amidst of all the calamities, also you were able to embrace the growth mindset. That is optimism all about, isn't it? So you were so optimistic to be in the group and you are able to influence others. Your behavior, your thoughts and your feelings are associated with the growth mindset. With this called weak mindset, there are two categories he mentions about growth oriented mindset versus fixed mindset. There are a lot of people with fixed mindset. I cannot thinking, I know I cannot do this, all that. So you know that the design thinking, and which is something called a divergent thinking. And this design thinking people are able to come out with innovative solutions. They are able to critically analyze the situation. They are able to do reflective thinking. They have a lateral thinking ability for all of them. If the person is having a growth mindset, they are able to think out of the box and they are able to embrace this kind of an reflective thinking and lateral thinking. When I said about the person who's able to even sell, even the person who's actually, I have seen that this person who's selling verkadalai, that is the sundal, the groundnut sundals, which is being sold by the guy in nearby supermarkets or nearby the toll gates, he is selling masks now. He is selling masks, which is highly running now because he knows that what is selling right now, I should actually make use of the opportunity. So that is something called lateral thinking. Don't stop by sundal alone. Go beyond that. So with this, I'm going to give you a lot of examples within, personal experience and other people who have experienced also. There's a case I have met. This person is called. She's actually an PhD holder. Nothing big deal into achieving PhD. You all know that. But she is having a disability. She has lost both her limbs, both her hands. She has only till here, till her arms, and she has met with this accident when she was very young. She was been in the Rajasthan, and there was a kind of an blow. There is a bomb blast, and she lost her both hands because of the bomb blast. And this girl was able to, she is, you can Google in and check Malavika Iyer. She has achieved her PhD recently, and she has done PhD under our MSSW under the social work, and she is also my principal's Dr. Raja Samuel's candidate. So I know her. I have attended her PhD Viva, so I can say authentically how bold she is. And you know how beautifully she talks in the TED Talks, her experiences. She has mentioned that she has lost her hands and it was a real trauma. She has undergone that early ages of her childhood, and she has been asking her mama, what has happened to me? That's the end of my life, all that. Her mama said that it is not the end, my dear. You can actually understand your strength right now. What else you can do? You check it out. She said that I have interest towards studying. She has never stopped her studies, and she's continued to do that. She travels all around the world and gives TED Talk, confident talks for others. She says that the disability is in the mind of people, it is not in the actual physical self. She talks in that way. Disability is there in the mind. People don't actually have disability at all. Everybody is differently abled. One can do something, one cannot do something. It is something which you have to explore yourself. So she, Malavika Iyer, has really opened my eyes, and she said, I don't know how to congratulate her. All the way we immediately tuned to shake hands, no? But she gives very casually. She has an artificial limb. She casually shaked her hand and looked at my eyes. I was really thankful for her to give such a kind of a look. And I said that you were really simply great. You moved my, you really moved me. I said that. She said that everybody is thinking that I have done something. It is not that I am an ordinary person like you all. The main block comes when you started believing that you have a disability. If you throw away that there is a disability, you are not at all a person with limitation. The same thing I would like to say, if the person who has a disability, differently abled person can recognize themselves, they can come out with colors. Why can't we? Why can't we? We can do wonders in the world, isn't it? I am not stopping with this. I am also going to quote you Janavi. She's Janavi from a small village near the Chennai, outcast, that is Sriperumbudur. She's a mountaineer. She is really loving to climb heights, and she has understood that I can do this. And at a very young age, at 13 years, or I don't know, even it is lesser than, she has actually climbed Kilimanjaro, highest peak, isn't it? She has done more than 7 hills, which is, she has said that when you go up and up, there is nobody to help you, only you can help yourself. She was being first time when she was going, she was carrying all the luggages for supporting her, water bottle, honey, and sweets and other things. And there is something for an, I know, if you have a short breath, what kind of things you can support, all the supportive aids she was carrying. When she was climbing more than half a mountain, she couldn't bear the weight. She said that I started throwing all this, it is not going to be useful, I have to be light when I go height. So she was been keeping herself only in mind. She said that I can believe only in myself. The next step what I am keeping is very important for my climbing high rather than anything else in the world. That means she's such a focused, growth oriented people are highly focused. They never miss out any kind of an opportunity given to them. They challenge themselves in every given moment. That is the miracle of growth oriented mindset. So the people who are responsible for own growth, they will never let them down. They will determine what is something I'm going to happen. What is that I'm going to look for? What is my purpose of my life? What is next I'm going to take time for myself? Do something useful. If I choose to relax also, I can choose to relax, but it should add value to your lifetime. It should add, my relaxation has to be very positive note for myself. So these are the important aspects we have to really understand and look for our own positive success. What is that we have done mistakes in our past? If the mistakes have been continuous, then you have to really correct yourself, learn from the mistake rather than worrying about that. So this is something beautiful things they do. One, she listened. One, the person who has understood that what is the mistake I have done, they will definitely correct it in the next forthcoming events. This is what the athlete says, that one of the athletes says that when I'm very close she was running faster and faster, she's going to complete the 1,000 kilometers, and when she is going to very close, she started thinking of the line, and she was been thinking of crossing that, and she was been thinking, so that particular spur of the moment, she missed out the focus of running. She has missed by just a second she missed the target. The other person has gone. So she says that even at that particular moment, very, very close to your target, you shouldn't be focused on the outcome rather than focus on your process. That is what the growth oriented mindset will actually embrace. That is the most important aspect I would like to share all of you. So the growth oriented mindset people will have, but growth mindset is very something very essential. They are not having a fixed beliefs. They will have a very growth oriented belief. They will say that I will try it out. I'm not tried. It's okay. I will try it out. And I shared a Bhakti Sharma's story in an earlier session. You would have remember about the self-doubt session, that Bhakti Sharma, she told herself, I'm going to swim here. I'm going to swim. It is in the water. The same water is present in the open ocean. Same water only, no ma, I will do. So she had an open mind, isn't it? The growth oriented people are having an open mindness. That's a very important, important note all of you has to write. And then positive. They're very positive in any given situation. They will look for opportunities. What else can be done? What is the best opportunity? See, there are a number of people who have been shut down themselves. They've been keeping worrying. We started in mental health webinar. We started rolling out this program. 500 we are going to touch tomorrow. It is only because of we had a positive attitude. We had a positive attitude, things will go on. How much ever it can, let it go. We have not decided that what is it. We have only focused on how best we can give every day. That's all. We have been asking for the resources. Nobody so far, none of them have rejected our plea. None of them rejected that I cannot do this. They all said that when can I do the flexible timing, they opted for nothing else. But this is possible only if you have a positive mind. And if you also approach people with a positive mind, your energy is actually transferring for the other people also. And prepared. The preparedness is something is very essential for all of us to face the challenges. People are not actually I'm prepared for facing the third challenge also, because I know I've come across second wave. I'm going to cross the third wave because I'm prepared for everything. I'm prepared with a lot of positivity. I'm prepared with optimism. I'm prepared with a kind of an open mind. I'm prepared that there will be always a good thing is going to happen. I anticipate something good to happen. That is what. And then I'm flexible. I'm flexible to if there is an online, if there is an offline, there is going to be a face-to-face. If it's a face-to-face, I'm going to be prepared with mask, and I will take a protocol first in mind. If it is going to be online, I'll be dressing up like this and talking to you like this. So there are a lot of open-mindedness and flexibility is there with me. I'll share one of the most important, one of the TED Talk I wanted to share over here. This is about a lady again. I'm telling ladies, a lot of ladies, because I'm really thrilled about these ladies who are successful in their career. This lady is from a very poor, Odisha. She's from a village, and she is a very, very poor background. She don't even know what is all about her entire world is. She just know the simple world around. She was applying for a loan for her livelihood through this women group, women's group. There is something called an small women group. We can mobilize money and fund, and we can do a business. So this, she was approaching it when she came to know first time. The Panchayat person has really supported her to get the first and foremost self-help group. You are right. Thank you, Abjit. And this is, sometimes in the flow we miss out the actual term. So this particular small help group, she has approached and government has sanctioned, and she used it, that self-help group money. And she was really feeling empowered because she could use that little amount for her cattle business, and she was able to mobilize fund. She immediately thought, if I could empower myself with this little amount, Why can't I just spread the awareness? She has gone all the ways to all the villages, nearby villages. She has spread this, messages, and she has started in large momentum by spreading awareness about the small, self-help groups. And she has also created women folks to empower themselves. She could able to do that. She has been recognized by Government of India for that great help she has done, created awareness about that. She was able to mobilize people. She has done she has done in mobile, she has done almost, she has done lot of things also with related to this. One person asked about men can't, is that anything men can do? Of course, when one person in Rajasthan, he started digging for his own village one pond one day, and he started, everybody was actually laughing at him. Everybody was saying that you cannot do this, one person cannot do that. He started doing that. No, when he started slowly doing, there are 3 4 volunteers, the men who has been idling here and there, came and helped him, and he has dig one pond, and he started slowly spreading lot of ponds in the entire Rajasthan. He has digged so many ponds, and it is even now supplying water for them. You all know what is Rajasthan is all about. It is very hot, hottest, and also there is a lot of difficulty for water reservoir. So they have created a water reservoir. I don't remember his name, but he has done. The man did this. A single man did this. With an happy note, I am giving you about a man. And resourcefulness versus unresourceful. People who are having a growth mindset will feel resourceful. They will never think of their shortcomings. They will think of what best I can do, what else I can do, what else I have, what is that I don't. If I don't have, I can have a pool of people who have that. They will always have in mind that the best person, if I keep with, beside me, I can do the best always. So people choose such a kind of a light-minded and like-minded people, so that they also get motivated and keep growing, and they will never feel that they have been tired of their growth, because they feel highly resourceful. So they associate themselves with the resourceful people. They have contacts, they have networks, they have positive people, they have people with a lot of, a lot of ambition in their mind, lot of goodness in their mind, lot of sharing in their mind. They don't hoard, they give it to others. These kind of resourceful people are growth oriented people. And also they are productive. They are very productive at a very given time. They are not defensive. They don't shrunk themselves. They will see that what best I can do till now, what else I can do, how best I can do, what else I can actually keep improvising on this, what else improvisation could be helpful for me to complete this assignment, who else can be with me to help in this productive aspect. They will come think on, thinking about this, how productively I can use it, how I can capitalize this, how I can recapitalize this with the beautiful resources I have. This is what they will keep in mind, and they will feel abundance. They will never think scarcity. I don't have this, I don't have that. They will have abundance in themselves. They feel that I'm like a spring with a lot of enthusiasm to do goodness. So I will automatically get again and again reinforced to that. So this abundance is a feeling that you have been blessed with so many gifted, gifted talents. You never knew that what is that you are capable of unless you do it. It has been proven in many of the research. They say that unless you venture it, you will never knew what is your limitation also. Unless you venture it, you never knew that what is the best you can do. I wanted to share a personal story of mine here. When I was been traveling in a national highway along with my husband and a small kid, and not even a year old, my son. We were traveling in it's a place where it is there were no people around. It is very scary. It is a sunset has begun. There is a lot of darkness is going to embrace us. We all have been there, and our tire got punctured. One of the tire of our car, no, punctured, and we were finding it very difficult. And my husband said that I wanted to go and approach the nearby village. I will look for a lift and I'll go and bring some person to fixing up the tire. And I was looking at him, and I myself and my small child, and he was also worried that if I am keeping both of us, alone and leaving this place is so scary. If I leave them, what will happen to their safety? Also, he was thinking. Immediately, I said, "Why don't know?" I say it in a very casual manner. I call my husband sometimes Machan. So, Machan, let us fix the tire. Come. I asked him. He said that How? He asked. Then I said, take the Jackie and started fixing up. When I did it, he also followed it. He started working on. We have been, fixing. When the Jackie has been fixed, when the car was been elevating slowly, I was really feeling very happy. Okay, we could lift it. Then what next is going to open the tire with then using off the handle, and we did it, and we fixed it, and we were really scary about whether it has been fixed properly, because while running it should not go away, so we have been on that, that particular rolling thing, that is the clamp or whatever we use it. I was standing on that and pressing it to tighten it, and then we finished the entire thing. We were running. My husband was closely hugging my shoulders while driving. He said that we did it. Thanks for UD. He calls me Pattu when he's in mood. He said that, wow, Pattu, thank you so much. That particular moment, I felt that we all have so much of potential inside. We never knew whether we have a mechanic, we have a plumber, we have other so many talented guys inside. We never understand what is our limitations, what is our talents, unless we do it. Let us do and see what else we can do. Okay, so finally we have understood what is growth mindset. The growth mindset, I can do good at anything. Whatever I have chosen, I will do the good. I'll try until I get the results I wanted, the way I wanted. So I keep improvising whatever I'm doing. I embrace challenges because I love challenges. I don't want it to curtail myself just because of it as a challenge. I welcome feedback. I want people to give feedback because that is going to really improvise myself. I don't be afraid of others' criticism because I know what I am. What is my worth? I have come so far with my efforts. I know what is my capabilities. It is something you have to really kickstart yourself. You give a kick on your butt and say that you bloody don't depend on somebody's, say, you just depend on your own instinct. You say to yourself that I can do at any time of my life whatever I wanted, unless I feel I cannot do it. This is what I want to say. The belief is very important for all of us. All inspired people, if you take in the history, all inspiring people who's living right now, if you take, they will say that they all have a very stronger drive. It is their stronger drive. They will never feel they are being competitive. As I have said, one of the webinar, like a golf player, they will be challenging themselves every now and then. They don't be thinking about the other people. They will just think of their own goals every time. And they accomplish just keeping the drive on force. They will never let their drive, drone. They will think of, I have to really be an inspiring personality for my own self. In every given moment, I will motivate myself like an ikigai. I'll be like a spring, and every time I just boost myself and come and do my performance. And these people are having a very high level of self-esteem. It is not inflated self-esteem. It is a self-esteem which has been really been worth of themselves. And sense of mastery and work mastery, they find it very interesting for everything what they are doing because they love what they are doing. They're very creative. They're very optimistic because they look for opportunities every given moment. They inspire people. They have an uncommon, unparalleled confidence about their own abilities. They never shrunk for anything in this world because they know what else they can do will be there in their mind. Always think about what best I can do, what best I can actually give it to all. That is what is there. Power of beliefs. The power of beliefs is like if you believe you can lift even an elephant. NLP trainer says that you can lift a person with 3 or 4 maybe more than 4 times of your weight. You can actually lift them if you have a belief in yourself, if you have a power in your mind to say that I can lift. And they adapt for any kind of a situation. They never think of something which is in kind of an constraint for themselves. They feel that I'm open for a change. I open for embracing change. I'm open to enter into a change, also experience the change. I also wanted to move out of the change in a very positive manner. That they will keep in mind. They anticipate success in the first trial itself. They never think of the failure and start the work. They will think that something we will try, let's see how it works. We'll move on from learning. They'll keep that in the mind, and they learn to be, and they learn from their failures. They never shrunk. and love to be challenged, and you can cultivate anything and everything by efforts of positive attitude is the tagline he gives in the book called Mindset for Growth. And it is possible for all of you. Self insight is something is very important. You have a very accurate of your self image and your assets, your limitations. If you start exploring, you will never depend on anyone for any comments. You will never seek for others recognition. You know what is your worth of. If others give recognition, you appreciate them for their recognizing you rather than your gratefulness. That is beauty of your own self-worth. So if you are being a person with a growth mindset, they challenge all this. Our intelligence is something very basic, and people who have been sharing that it is not the only intelligence people can shine in life. That is not at all true. They have outgrown that. And you can learn new things, but you cannot really change how intelligent you are. It is also been disproved by growth-oriented mindset. It matter how much intelligence you have, you can always change quite a bit. It is not that it is not quite a bit, you can change n number of time. It has been proven by neural plasticity right now. With a growth mindset, you can actually embrace that. You can always sustainably change your intelligence, what you are actually having. That has been proven, yes, if you have a growth mindset. Lot of people have given this. To sum it up, embrace growth mindset, which is actually opposite to fixed mindset. Never fix your limitations. Never have a fixed mindset that I am a loser. Well, this that I will do, I cannot do. Whether I can go with this or not, whether I can trust this or not, whether I have the capacity to do or not, whether I have a limitation, whether I have funds for this or not. If you start working for goodwill, you will get funds on the time. I have seen a lot of people, when they have a good intention, the funds will reach them. That is the essence of secret book, law of attraction. It says that when you have a positivity, you have a right intention, you will hit the universe. The universe will give you what you really need. You don't beg the universe. Universe gives you if you give a lot. So that is what is the right kind of an attitude towards approaching people. Friends, it's all important for all of us to achieve something very, with a lot of focus out, all out of your efforts, and every now and then keeping the full of positive energy. If you start learning, you will definitely embrace growth mindset. It is possible to have growth mindset even if you have a fixed mindset so far, because the ability to change is there when you realize that I want to change. That makes the essence clear that we can always change. With this note, I would like to end my session. Thank you so much for the opportunity given on this day. It's the most precious day, 499. Without 499, we cannot reach 500. So we're very happy. I am really happy to end this session with a great positive note that Kaizen is one of the Japanese technique. 1 minute principle. Focus on 1 minute every 1 hour, and after that 1 minute you focus on yourself, which I have done, what I have done, whether I have utilized my day with a purpose. Is that my time has been spent fruitfully? Is that I had a positive attitude towards today, about a people, about the events, what is happening towards me? What is the greatest learning I have learned today? The 1 minute principle, give it to yourself for your self growth, and as well as embrace growth mindset. It is often said, life is what you make it. The most of the time, health is also your choice. Like that, choose your growth mindset. Be wisely and accept whatever you are. You are enough to rock this world. You are just enough to rock this world. Believe in yourself. You are the best. You do the best. It is not that you are the only person best. You are the best. You do the best. Keep that tagline in mind. You are just enough. Thank you so much for the opportunity given. I bless the mental health webinar series, the entire group and the core group, and also all the people who have been traveling with us with a lot of positive attitude, that you all will embrace growth mindset. Thank you so much. Open for questions.
Subha ma'am, this is Chandra here.
Hi, Chandra.
After a long time, I'm listening to you again. It was so lovely and it was another bomb as usual. So it was
Okay,
more
thank you.
inspiring, ma'am. I think you make us think and think and think and think again. You know, the facts always exist, but we need a trigger to think on it. So, and that is you today. Lovely session. Keep going. Stay blessed, ma'am.
Thank you, Chandra. Thank you. Accept my gratitude towards being a core member from the beginning, and you are a beautiful supporter for all of us in the core team. Thank you so much. I don't think so. There is a question.
The chat box is flooding with lot of positive messages, and really, it's a great privilege to always listen to your power pack talk, and it's nothing less than a TEDx talk. Thank you so
Dr.
much,
Veena?
and yes.
Dr. Veena, sorry for intervening. There is a comment in the chat box saying that the participants are not able to unmute.
Oh, 1 second, please.
Now it is enabled. They can unmute them and then they can.
Subhashri ma'am, today's session was really inspiring and it was motivating on the mindsets and mind miracles what you are given for the last 1 hour. So it was a really thing good, ma'am. But basically, what I am finding, ma'am, in our list, like as a parents, like as we have grown up, we used to walk 5 kilometers to go to school, and we used to face lot of hardships in life. So we had those social kind of things and other things, how to face failures, everything we used to learn. That time our parents never visited, even my father never visited me to my school. I always handled myself, everything and all. So in that context, we used to be very strong, resilient, and we used to face all the consequences. We could develop creativity, and all this thing has been nurtured right from the childhood. But nowadays, ma'am, if you see the parents, what they are doing, they are just dropping the children to the school, and they are taking every moment, so that what they're feeling is that we have suffered, so now our children should not get suffered. So with that intention they are doing, it's a good intention. But actually what is happening, the children, they are not able to explore, they are not able to explore the hardship, they are not able to socialize. So like that they are finding very difficult, whereby they are really lacking life skills. Only for the sake of degree and all, they get 9500 marks, okay, by that they can get the job. But what about after getting job, how to deal a life, how to set a family, how to move in the family? So how all these things has to be happen, that is slowly lacking, madam. So on this, can you throw some light, ma'am?
So you have given the question and you have also answered it. You are actually
No, if something more, ma'am, I want from you.
Yes, Mr. Shivakumar, I agree with the point of we all had a hardship. It is not the same floor right now, but the hardship today for the children are different. It is the challenges what you faced was physical, and also the scarcity of fund. There are a lot of other constraints you all had. Now the availability is plenty. Who is responsible for all this? We all only know. How can we see? If at all we have to ask, we have to change. Only the parents need to change, not the children.
Yes.
They have been given, you have to walk always on the rose. We have never let them to walk on the thorns also. We have not told them the reality. We have not given them what is the reality is all about. So it's important for all of us to play a very, very neutral role rather than giving them a kind of a luxurious life and then letting them to understand, feeling for they are not resilient enough. It is actually we are responsible for that. I don't think so. The children are responsible. The adults are responsible for that. Where we need to change, the adults need to change. And the hardship what you had, 5 kilometers you walked, because there was no road facility, there was no fund, there was no economical independence, there was no facilities available, only cycle was available. Now everybody is having all the facilities. It is growth, it is development. We cannot deny the development, isn't it? But at the same time, the experience has to see. Why do you give a van fees and send them? Why do you actually drop them in school? Why don't you ask the child to go by public transport? Whose fault is that?
It's all parents only, ma'am.
Yeah, parents
So
has to take
that's what
responsibility.
I'm also focusing on the parents itself, ma'am, because our parents, they let us free. So they made us to swim across, you know. So the current, we parents, we are not allowing our children as our parents did. So there was a gap is forming.
Yeah, we have to really be responsible for what we are sowing. When we say that the luxury is life, then they are going to, they will only seek for luxury in life. They will be materialistic. They will be looking for comfort everywhere. They may not be comfortable in out of their comfort zone. All that we are only cultivating in them. So we need to be actually the adult needs to be responsible for taking charge in those things.
Yes, ma'am. That's how now, ma'am, the current generation students, if they have a little failure, either they don't get a mobile, means given by the parents, or if they fail, they attempt for suicide. So these things we never had in our mind, you know, that time. So
So
now
it
with
is
the current,
actually not only that, their self-esteem has been, hampered right from the beginning. All the parents have been focusing only on the marks. What marks you are capable is something which your talents are. 99 marks means you are a good boy. The teacher says the teacher is so fond of the high achievers. They will be leaders. And at the home, you treat a boy who is actually a high achiever differently than the other person. And the fine path ni kattuko. Think of your brother and learn from him. Don't you have sense? Are you an idiot? All that we have been having right from the day one. We are hampering their self-esteem by saying only these things. So they have been building their identity only marks and only the achievements have been a person inside. There is no other dimension of personality they are experiencing in their life. Then they are not able to. They are not able to face the challenges when there is something smallest, simplest is happening. They are finding it very difficult to cope up. We are not building their resilience. We are not building them with the self-esteem. We are not building their optimism. Then all of a sudden, if we expect that they have to be strong, it is not possible. We have really grown them. We are responsible for that.
thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, Shubha ma'am. Through that,
Hello. Shubha ma'am.
Yes. Yes.
Once again, we had a wonderful session, so informative, so positive informations, ma'am. What you said is 100% true, ma'am, in the current scenario because of Corona. Past 2 years, we are under one roof, mostly the ladies. But because of your webinar, we are learning so many positive things.
Thank you. Thank you
So
so
thank
much.
you, the whole team. And one more thing, also we got the Japanese 1 minute principle is really a wonderful way to find our best within ourselves.
Yes.
This is the highlight of the session, today's session.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
thank you so much, Chitra ma'am, and thank you, Shubha ma'am. Too, you have emphasized once again that faith can move mountains and doubts can create them. So, with that wonderful, any other questions from the participants?
Madam, one small question, madam.
Yes, sir. Please
Yes,
go
Mr.
ahead.
Commissioner.
Madam, actually, the session was excellent, madam, actually. So,
Thank you.
especially, you talked about some ladies who achieved in quarantine, that means what Corona time. That is the main thing, madam. Because nowadays, yes, I would like to share one incident, madam. So, whenever any couple will get one lady child and a girl child, so they are very upset, madam, in that time.
Okay.
Yesterday also that incident happened in my village, madam. So whenever they will get a boy child, they will be very happy. Whenever they will get a girl child, in that time their mood will be very upset, madam. So
Ask
in
them
that
to
way,
watch the Olympic. All girls are rocking in India.
yes, madam, but they are not aware of Olympic those things, madam. That is the reason, madam. So my question is, so is there any immediate strategy to change from negative mindset to positive mindset, madam?
The moment you realize that you are having a negative mindset, you have to really think of how best I can make it positive. The realization matters. See, when you are approaching anything, have a note that what best I can do. I will do my best. And also, there is going to good things that's going to happen. And I will anticipate success. Whatever is going to try now, anticipate success. First time when you take a cycle, you have a lot of fear, anxiety while learning. But you always think of ஜாலியா சைக்கிள் அப்படி போற மாதிரி, isn't it? So always think of successful aspects in mind when you have started doing anything. Start while you are just starting any point. Keep yourself very open, and whatever is going to happen, I will take it as a lesson. I will start improvising myself. Keep that in a note in your mind and approaching that definitely will help you to be positive. The moment you understood that is negative, tell it to yourself, then how best I can make it positive. So immediately thinking the realization point itself is a positive thing.
Okay, madam. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Kamil Selvan sir, and thank you, Shubhaman, for wonderfully answering it. And yes, many have asked why Shubhaman didn't mention about men who have come up with a lot of ideas or come up with creative ideas. So we have our own man, Dr. Suresh Kumar sir, whose brainchild is this mental health webinar series 2020, and we have the strongest pillar, Shubha ma'am, who has started this on a positive note, and tomorrow we are going to celebrate our 500th session. Isn't it success? It is the brainchild of a man. So what else you need? And yes, with that note, I call our man, Dr. Suresh Kumar sir, to please place vote of thanks for our own sweet Shubha ma'am.
Madam, sir, I think just now left due to some work. Can you please continue?
மீட்டிங்ல
Ah,
நீங்க
okay.
கன்ஃபார்ம் பண்ணுங்க. சலீம் சார் நீங்க பேசுறீங்க.
Sir, you can carry on the water. Thanks, Suresh sir.
இல்ல உங்களை பேச சொல்லிட்டாரு. He is in a meeting.
Oh.
Okay. Thank you, Veena ma'am, to give the opportunity. Always Subha ma'am session is like firecrackers. So everybody enjoy the session, and even single minute nobody will waste. So every word and every second, the people, it's like a mindfulness session actually. Everybody 100% they will concentrate. So there are a lot of positive feedback, ma'am, and Subha ma'am today gives live examples, and before the sessions really motivate us to do more, and not only do more with doing with our best. So kindly accept our gratitude on behalf of American College Madurai, MS Chellamuth Institute Madurai, Madras School of Social Work Chennai, Red Pond Educational Psychological Research Center Madurai, Yellow Pond Counseling Center Madurai, and Tamil Nadu Career Counseling Association, and Tamil Nadu Counseling and Psychotherapy Association. Thank you, Dr. Subhasri ma'am, and thank you all the participants. Thank you, one and all. Over to you, Veena ma'am.
Yeah, thank you so much, Salim sir and Shubha ma'am. ட்ரைலரே எப்படி இருக்குன்னா மெயின் பிக்சர் எப்படி இருக்கும் சார்ட் ஆஃப் யூ ஆல்வேஸ் கிவ் அஸ் தோஸ் கூஸ் பம்ப் மூமெண்ட்ஸ் அண்ட் participants. Tomorrow is our 500th session. Without your love and support, we wouldn't have come this far. And on behalf of all the core team members and each one of you present, we extend our deepest gratitude. Because of your support, yes, we have achieved this milestone. And we are so happy that people have embraced that with open hands, and they relate mental health webinar series as if it is their own program. And this is the success. This is the success. Like Shubha ma'am said, the more you give, the more you get. We started it as a sort of service, as a sort of unconditional love for this humankind, so that we can reach out to people during this lockdown period or during this pandemic. how best we could be helpful for people. And today we could see the results. Even after 499 sessions, the participants are daily looking forward for our webinar series. They keep asking, no, till when can I come as a speaker? So it has become a sort of identity for all of us. Wherever we go, we tend to say we belong to this mental health webinar series. It has become a landmark. It has become an identity to ourselves. And thank you each and everyone who has made this a huge success. And now over to you, Shubhaman.
Thank you so much for the wonderful opportunity given to me. 499, it's just because of the mindset miracle we could do that. And we all had that in mind that we will do it openly, how much ever is possible. We started on April 14. And when Suresh said that we can go ahead with 100, and we said that it is not an easy job, but we'll keep a hope on our mind and that just keep on rolling. And then we said that we'll go with the beautiful team we all had, and we have the entire team was really energetic and enthusiastic, and they said that we will go ahead with 100. I know 1 year we will mark and march, and then we could make that also possible. Then well, we are doing that, and there are a lot of people. We had a little break after the 1 year. Then people started asking that why don't you really continue? It was really helpful. And we could see that there are a lot of difference taking place, a lot of inquiries for all of us about why don't you do this particular webinar? It is really helpful for all of us. Then if we could do a simple, smallest difference in somebody's life, nothing like it. That made our day. An entire day will be filled with an energy by just in one session of mental health webinar. We are able to do that. So this really made us, the endorphin and oxytocin secrete more. We thought that we'll give more to intoxicate ourselves in this joy. And then that's the reason we started doing it with a lot of playful game only we started. But now we find it very, very interesting that people are really welcoming it. And we are thankful for our lead, Dr. Suresh, who's been a pillar of support, who has never felt, I know that we made that so whether we can continue or that. He always says that we'll go ahead. We'll see, ma'am, how best we can do. And Salim is nowadays doing every day is doing, because myself and Veena are a little busy with our personal commitments, but we have never seen that commitment from anyone else that Salim has been doing. Very grateful to you, Salim, for that. And also Sundara also is doing every day session without fail. They come and follow it. The greatest strength is lying in the beautiful team members. We had a beautiful team members to support us. We're able to do this, and the wonderful participants. I could see the most oldest participants today with us, and they all have been with us. Without you, we cannot achieve this. All of you are beautiful flowers in our rose garden. Every day we are, a lot of butterflies are visiting us only because of you all. And we find it very interesting to meet all of you through this forum. And Jyoti Arumugam has been there right from the beginning. I know he has been resource person also, but he see to that whenever there is a possibility, he attend our program. And whenever there is it started like if this person is doing, we will go and attend. If this title, we will go and attend. If like that, it started spreading among people, and people are asking us whenever we go, hey, what is happening with which what is the session number right now? They are asking. And I'm very proudly saying that there are a number of people are doing webinar, but we were pioneers in starting up and doing till 500 sessions. Now everybody is doing, but it is good. Everybody is doing because it is a shared platform and everybody must spread awareness. It is a beautiful opportunity for all of us to create an awareness towards mental health. And good things has to continue and spread in abundance. That is most beautifully started with our seeding. That's the kind of an essence we all feel very happy in our mind. And though there is a lot of hardships when we are been doing it for continuously, we find it very difficult to adjust with the timing and other commitments, but made that none of our team members have put us down in any of the cases. They will immediately come forward, volunteer, and they will take the lead and they will do the work. So everybody was equally talented. Everybody was really been appreciable in all the move they have taken, and they do their best in every session, and everybody is growing along with us. This is something which I feel that the most beautiful thing we can do for everybody's life. That is possible only because of all of you. Thank you so much for your support. And we happen to continue if there is a God will as well as your support. We will happen to, we'll continue even after 500. But definitely with this particular note that we feel really we have done something great, magic among people of at least set of people who have been traveling with us positively, we are able to make a change. That is something, a gift we are getting from this mental health webinar. Thank you so much. I totally dedicate this entire journey for the wonderful participants and the greatest resource people we have shared here in this platform. The highest level of resource people came forward simply without any monetary benefit, unconditional support they have given to us. Thankful and grateful to all of them. And also, I thank all the team members for their wholehearted cooperation throughout and support and emotional bonding. We are like a family now. We have beautiful people in the family, and we all are supporting each other in all the circumstances. Thank you so much for the wonderful session, which has been possible only because of all of you, because I could embrace growth mindset only because of all of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Shubham. So, participants, we will meet tomorrow on the landmark 500 session. So, thank you. Good night. We'll see you tomorrow. Please do write in for your queries and feedback to my webinar feedback@gmail.com. See you tomorrow. Good night. Bye-bye.